Does that mean we're live? I think it's live. I think it's going. Welcome to our test stream of the live 2-camera setup of our podcast. I'm hoping that we're able to at some point figure out how to do this live with maybe some help next time. What do you think, Johnny?
Yeah, definitely need some help.
I I do need help with this. If anyone wants to fucking jump on the crew and help me be the channel switcher, I'm just kind of doing it with this wireless thing right now, and Johnny's helping me figure out the technology behind it.
Yeah.
So Johnny, how are you, man? How's it been?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm very
Looks
tired.
like you're kind of struggling there.
I am struggling to switch back and forth. Is it going back and forth? Just
Yeah, I mean,
smoothly?
you can see the computer too on the screen.
Okay, so I'm hoping that looks cool. It's like, oh, a little behind the scenes, dude.
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, dude, I'm super tired because we went to San Diego last night, and we played at the Che Cafe. And that was super fun, and we didn't get home till it wasn't honestly, it wasn't even that late. It was only like 2 in the morning or
2 in the
something.
morning.
But we had a
Little
long
before
day.
that. Yeah, we got there around 4:30ish.
Yeah.
We were because we saw how early the show was gonna start, and like they wanted to have like this whole door opens at 5. That was kind of a trip. So it's like, all right, well, we'll leave around 3:00. We left a little earlier than that too, because we were planning on about 2 hours, and then there's rain as well. And then we get there, and then
This is the best part of it. This is the best part of the story.
Yeah, that's I guess because my intentions was to just when we get there, get some food, get something to drink, and we can like at least park our gear nearby, and then end up like nearby a place because it's a college campus. There should be stuff around.
The best part about it is that we got free parking. We didn't have to pay for parking.
Yeah, because it was a weekend.
The fucked up part about it is that we didn't know how far the restaurants were, and we had to fucking drive.
No, we walked.
We walked like an hour or something like that.
Yeah, it was roughly about maybe 3/4 of a mile to get to the first place, and then once we got there, we found out because the rain, the power went out in like a whole like few blocks and stuff. So we kept on going up this hill to find other places which were also closed because of the rain, and we were about to just give up and go like, all right, let's just take like an Uber back because we just walked all this way, and I looked on Yelp, and I see that like there's a CPK and an Islands nearby, and I just couldn't get my bearings right, but like we were just close to getting like a Lyft or an Uber, and then I look around the corner and it's like there's the Islands, and I see the lights are on.
The Islands, as you know, is a San Diego staple. Everyone knows it's like classic. If you go to San Diego, you stop at Islands.
Right. That's why they have the whole Hawaiian theme going on.
Yeah.
For San Diego.
It's very tropical down there. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
In San Diego.
You
But yeah,
get
so I did want to go to somewhere like a little more
authentic.
Authentic or like
San Diego based,
San Diego home. Yeah. So what do they got like those breweries down there and stuff. What is that one?
The Gas Lamp.
Yeah, down at the Gas Lamp, but it's called I forgot the name of the brewery. Do you remember the name of it?
There's a ton of stuff there.
Well, there's one specifically. It's like it looks like an arcade or something like that. It's like it looks like kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese, but it's for adults.
Oh, is that tropical rainforest place, whatever it's called?
No,
Rainforest Cafe.
No, not Rainforest Cafe. That's a chain. I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of it. But anyways, the point is, there's a brewery down there, and they have pretty good beer and stuff. And I wanted to go down there or somewhere like that, ideally, but unfortunately, we had to get Islands. And I was not feeling inspired to eat anything from there, so I just got cheese fries.
Yeah, well, we kind of egged you on to get cheese fries because you were just gonna get just regular fries.
That's
true. And I was starving by then, and so all of us got burgers. And normally, I actually don't like to order burgers at a restaurant because you can get a burger basically anywhere else.
Yeah.
But because it is Islands and it is a kind of a burger, it's known for their burgers. And I was not interested in getting something like any other kind of things, especially like before a show. Ended up getting that, and it was okay.
If it's Islands, though, shouldn't they have like a mahi fish or some shit? Some like island-based food. I mean, burgers aren't like, or at least like a teriyaki burger or something.
Sure. I mean, yeah, they would have like a burger with like a pineapple slice or something in it, but it's like I don't know if I would trust any kind of like raw fish products if at an islands kind of place.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've eaten sushi from 7-Eleven and it was actually pretty good.
That sounds disgusting. And
It sounds disgusting.
Please do not go and do what Johnny did and get fucking 7-Eleven from a 7-Eleven sushi. Sorry, that sounds terrible. It sounds gross. It sounds like the rice would be like super hard and shit.
Well, it was refrigerated. I mean, I don't know exactly how fresh it was or even how real the fish was, but I'm all about the sauce anyways.
This fucking it doesn't matter how bad the fucking sushi is because you just drown it in soy sauce anyways.
Well, I mean, it had a good bargain. It was $4.99 for this little roll of stuff. So, and I was being risky in trying it, but I was mildly surprised. It was actually not bad.
Yeah. So, and after we got the food, we went back to the venue, and the band started. And there was 5 fucking bands.
Yeah,
it was
it
was a lot.
I always think that if it's a show, 3 to 4 bands maximum, unless it's like some kind of festival and everyone's playing like some 20-minute set.
Yeah.
But it's like if everyone's playing like 45-minute set plus like
they were 30s. They weren't too
they were 30s, but then there was like setup and breakdown.
And the bands
and
were good. I will admit the bands were really good, and I enjoyed watching every single one of them.
Yeah.
My only problem was that one band who was sitting in the back the whole time, and then they played for their set, and then they took off after they were done. Like that's just like what the hell, dude? That's not cool.
So apparently, I guess like a few of those members have been in like very famous like Latin rock bands kind of thing. So I guess they're like.
No, I get it, but that's still not cool to like go to a show and not support the other bands. I feel like, especially at the level that we were at, we're playing at a small place with like, if you get paid anything, you're lucky,
Right.
So I think for them to act that way was a little, I don't know, it irked me a little bit. But I was trying to be cool about it.
Right.
I wasn't trying to get on anyone's
case. But they took off before even like getting paid anyways. So
yeah.
And they're from Mexico, right?
Yeah, they're from TJ.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's like get in, get out. Like they didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I guess. I mean, I know a lot of LA bands that do that. So it's like, they come.
Those are the bands that I don't end up working with after a while, though. If I play a show with someone like 1 or 2 times and they just keep making the same shitty attitude mistakes, I just won't book them again, or I won't want to work with them necessarily unless like someone else books the show and I don't really have a say in the matter.
Sure.
But I just feel like if you're in a small level band, you want to, and there's especially if there's no one at the fucking venue, you want to be able to like support the bands that are there,
Right. And but the thing was like it wasn't a big draw that day, and plus it was like I guess it was rainy, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But like first thing was it was only a burden for us because it was 5 bands and we were the last band on the night.
Yeah.
So it was just waiting around for hours. Not being able to drink inside because it is on, school campus.
Yeah.
And then along with that, it just gets like, it gets exhausting because you're waiting for all the other bands to like finish their sets, and then like
it sucks when you're at a venue and there's no booze. That's a tough one. For me.
I mean, we ended up buying like an 18-pack and then just drinking from the truck,
which was fantastic. I will say I enjoyed just drinking in the car and stuff because it was way cheaper than if we were to actually drink at a bar.
Sure.
But at the same time, like the reason why, well, not the reason why people come out to shows, but one of the big parts of it is if there's booze, they want to go out and have a good time. And if there's no booze, I feel like, I mean, I would be hesitant to go to a show if there was no booze.
Sure. I mean, I feel that, if you're at a certain age, because like we talked about trying to do more like all ages shows. But then, like, there are places where, they can't serve alcohol anyways in those places. And I don't know anybody in our circle of friends that come to our shows would be interested in going out to a show like that. Just because it's like, I don't know. I guess you have to have something to drink to have some fun.
I definitely do. I definitely have to have something to drink to have fun. Otherwise, why are we here? I don't have booze right now. I wish I did. I wish I had a beer. But we unfortunately just got Del Taco. We should have gotten. I was thinking that on the drive to Del Taco that we should have gotten a few drinks on our way.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of planning on going somewhere to probably drink anyways, but it's probably good that we should be sober at some points.
At
in
some
the day.
point. Yeah, sure. We're going to go see a bunch of bands tonight at a private house party kind of thing. A bunch of acoustic acts mostly. I know Alessandra Neiswanger is going to be playing, and I'm going to probably bring my own drinks and stuff to that. Probably a 12-pack or something.
Yeah,
And I hope that it's not that kind of spot. Because when you go to a show sometimes, and it's like this intimate little cute little, like a little art show or whatever, and they kind of like look at you like, oh, you're the drunk one or whatever. But I feel like there's drunk ones at every show. I'm gonna be that guy tonight. I think I'm planning on it.
Well, it's like if you only stand out if you're being an asshole while you're being drunk. I think. By the way, we drank all that wine that.
Oh yeah,
that
shout
Allison got us.
shout out to Allison.
Yeah,
we
shout
drank
out.
that whole thing, dude.
Yeah.
Well, mostly me, I will say. I spent a lot of time in the studio just working on podcasts and stuff, so I drank a lot of it.
Totally.
Yeah, which is par for the course when if someone loads you up with all the booze you can drink.
We are grateful for it. By the way.
Thanks, Allison. Thank you. Psychic Wave jumped on. Psychic Wave on the chat, and he said, "Sup, cuties? Johnny making bad decisions."
Yeah, I make a lot of bad decisions, but I try to right them at times because I don't believe in second chances sometimes.
What do you
But you can you can right the wrongs from the past.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm still working on it.
I feel like there's no mistake too big. Maybe pedophilia. Maybe pedophilia you can't take back.
Right.
Or rape, I guess. But I mean, just like in a small, like, between friends kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, there's this saying, or the comedian Jimmy Carr, he says like, when you're in the industry, never work with kids or animals. That also works in porn too.
yeah, it's true. I hate kids, as you know. I refuse to have children.
I hate kids too.
Yeah, no kids for Team Nani or Johnny.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I were to accidentally have a child, I would be there for it. I would take care of my business.
You do your duties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I clean the duty, but I don't think that I would necessarily meet someone and feel like I'm connected to that person so much that I want to have a child with them.
Sure.
It's a little too much.
I feel like I would be more beneficial if I adopted, because I'm like helping somebody.
Yeah.
Versus, I shouldn't even look at it that way either.
Instead of breeding a pug, you're adopting it from the shelter.
I guess. At least somebody who needs it more, because I don't really want my blood to pollute this earth as much as what's already here.
What's wrong with your blood?
Oh, if I looked in like an evolutionary standpoint, if I didn't have certain tools, like, I have to wear glasses, and if we were Neanderthals, like, roaming the earth.
I've talked to you about this, Johnny. I think the glasses are cool. I think that you have a conception of wearing glasses that it's like dorky.
No, not in that way. It's just that because we have these conveniences, that because other people have made to this foundation, that I'm benefiting off that. But what I'm saying is that, like, if it was, evolutionary wise, I would have probably walked off a cliff by now.
Yeah, because your glasses are so thick that you wouldn't see the edge.
I wouldn't be able to
see.
You
just fall right off.
Yeah, just fall right off without even knowing.
Yeah. What's next for Bundy? What are we doing? What are we playing next, Johnny?
Well, we got a show at the Continental Room on the 12th, which is a Tuesday night. So I think there should be some tacos.
Tuesday night? Yeah, it's taco night for
Yeah.
sure. We were there. Oh, I went there with Andrew last week. Was it last week? Andrew, was it last week? And we saw Mama Larky. They were pretty good. It was a dead night though.
They
which
weren't
was really
malarkey?
sad. They weren't malarkin'. No, they were good though. But it was a dead night. But they did have tacos. And the last time we went and we played there on fucking Tuesday night.
It was a Monday night.
Monday night?
Yeah.
No, we went there on a Tuesday before. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, going there probably. I thought like playing there. We played on a Monday night. The last time.
Well, last time we were there on Tuesday. No, we did, because we got free taco tickets. Remember that?
That wasn't the last show.
They gave us free taco tickets, and then I didn't. Not the last one. I'm saying there was a
Oh,
different
there
one.
was a show,
and
back
I didn't
then.
use any of the tickets. And
Yeah.
I instantly like regretted it.
Yeah, I didn't
my ass
capitalize
for
on it
not
either.
getting Yeah, which was stupid. And the tacos were pretty good.
Yeah,
I'd say
little
they were like $1 or something like
street
that.
tacos. Yeah.
No, it was $1 per taco or something like that when I went, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And but that last time we played at Continental Room, what's her face? Shoot, what's
Jen.
her name? Jen. Yeah, she brought us a bunch of fucking booze, and you got wasted.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, and it was basically I was pacing myself because we knew we were gonna be playing last that night, and I was just pacing myself with like just tall cans of beers, and then they showed up. So Jen, Brad from Alex's bar,
Shout out to Brad
and
Jen.
a few others. Like they're like, oh well, let's have a shot. I'm like, okay, and then it's like, all right, you guys want a Moscow Mule? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then we're on. And then now it's kind of like we go through a couple songs and I feel it kind of like the drunkenness kind of start creeping in.
Creeping up to from your dick up to your throat.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then I think we're probably like halfway into the set. And then Brad actually comes up with another like copper tin of Moscow Mule.
No, he brought you a Moscow Mule? I thought he brought up shots. I had a shot.
Oh, yeah. What, like
Yeah, he came
on stage?
Yeah, he came up and he brought me a straight up shot. He didn't bring me a Moscow Mule.
Okay.
Did he bring you a shot and a Moscow Mule?
No, he just gave me a Moscow Mule, but I was in the middle of a song playing, and so he just put up the tin in front of me with the straw, and I'm just sipping on it while we're there. And then after the song finished, then he handed the.
It was probably
the cup.
just his Moscow Mule, and then he was like, "Oh, Johnny put his lips on it. Fucking take it."
No, it was a straw.
Yeah, you put your lips on his straw. And he was grossed out. Was it a metal straw? Don't they do that? It was a copper straw?
No, it was just
a normal straw.
It's plastic straw.
Plastic straw?
So
I thought that was
environmentally
a
unfriendly.
thing. Isn't that a thing? A copper straw for Moscow Mules?
I don't think the copper straw matters. I think right now because of the whole plastic straw ban and stuff like that, people are buying like metal straws so you can kind of carry it around everywhere.
Okay. Which I would lose immediately if I had one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like a girl who has like a purse or something can kind of carry that around. But then you gotta keep it like in like some kind of container because you don't want to get like dirt and dust in that stuff.
Can you just imagine? Yeah, I was gonna say a girl's purse, just like my girlfriend's purse is just like full of just like
you can tell a lot
stuff.
about a girl by looking not looking through her purse, but seeing how she organizes her purse.
Sure. Yeah, hers is chaos. It's
Yeah.
just like
That's basically
random
like
things
that's like a
everywhere.
parallel to their brains.
And I can imagine if you bought a copper straw, you would just look inside the bag and it would just be full of like cotton and like weird like bits
weird
of
stuff,
tissue and stuff.
like makeup powder that's just been like dripping over time or all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, when you have that fucking I don't know if you ever dated a girl and she's got like the nail polish and the nail polish is super fucking old and she can't even open it.
Yeah.
And then it's
all caked in.
It's all caked together and thick and stuff.
Yeah.
But so I can only imagine what someone's purse with a straw would be not great.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so we're playing at the Continental Room on the 12th.
Yep.
We're gonna be playing for Andrew of Psychic Waves night that he booked there, and that's gonna be with the Oil Barons and some other bands, which they told me earlier what the bands were, but I totally can't remember what they were. So we're gonna be playing there, and then we're gonna be playing at Alex's bar on April 3rd.
Wednesday night.
Yeah, and that's gonna be for our 7-inch split release show, and that's gonna be fucking fun.
Yeah.
With Fellow Robot. And you met Aussie Fui before? You ever met those guys?
I've like kind of met them in passing. I know they've done a podcast here.
Yeah, we had them on. They got really high, and they all had vapes and stuff. Well, they didn't all, but some of them had vapes, and so on the recording you just hear the whole time,
Yeah.
But yeah, so Tatiana is the singer of that band. She plays the bass too, and she's a great artist. She calls herself Baked Papaya. And she does murals around town now, actually. I don't know if you've been to Ashley's recently.
Last time I was there was on Halloween when we played a show.
Yeah, I think it was up then. She has a mural on the side of Ashley's. And then she also has a few around town that I can't really remember where they are. But
so it's her and like David Van Patten that's kind of doing most of the murals.
Like one of the part of the new scene of artists around town. Well, actually, Dave's been around for a while.
Yeah, it's been nice though. I mean, like I like David definitely has like a certain aesthetic that he continues to use around town.
Yeah.
So it's like you can, I'll be driving around town, like I'll see like say like a newish mural up, and it's like I know exactly who made that one.
Yeah, it's nice when you're driving around town and you see a mural. It's cool, but then also just the fact that it's like your friend's mural,
Yeah.
and you're like, I know that guy, damn, and he's like in the history of Long Beach, now it's pretty fucking cool because when you think about bands, it's like, oh, I know that guy, but his band's playing at the Prospector. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But if it was like, oh, I know that guy, he's on a billboard, then you're like, holy shit, that's super fucking cool. I remember seeing, do you remember that band Bearcoon?
Yeah.
That duo, acoustic lesbian duo. They were on the back of the city bus.
Uh-huh.
And do you remember that thing?
I don't remember that.
It was a giant graphic of them, and it was like to conserve water.
Okay.
Which was weird because it was like
this is when California was in like a huge drought.
Yeah, it was during the drought, and I don't understand why it was like the girls from Bearcoon with conserving water, because only like a small handful of people even know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to talk about Long Beach musicians, we all know who they are.
Right.
The scene might know who they are, but people who are just driving down the street, they have no idea.
Who are these?
They just see two lesbian girls on the back of a truck, and they're like, what? Conserve water? Okay.
I mean, I've found ways to conserve water, like I stopped masturbating in the shower. That saves like 20 minutes right there.
I just stopped showering altogether.
I
mean, have you seen my hair? It's terrible. It's just I'm joking though. I do shower every day. I take long showers. I really enjoy my showers.
There's this. I mean, I've seen this meme kind of like rotate around every once in a while, and it's like, there's this thing where, if you take long hot showers, it means you're depressed because you need some kind of warmth to warm you up, versus if you like already have warmth in your life or something.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. I take very long showers, and especially during the wintertime, like my skin dries out a lot because, I'm just clearing out all my pores and stuff.
It does. My skin dries out too. But I really, really enjoy just sitting there and just contemplating.
Right.
Like right where my shower is, there's like a window, and which is kind of creepy if you think about it.
Yeah,
like,
you're like looking out, and you're like
looking out and jerking it or something. Yeah. But yeah, there's a window, so I get to look out, and I'm not looking at anything in particular. I'm just kind of like zoned out and just sitting there in the fucking with the water hitting you, and it's really nice. I don't know, it's just like a nice quiet moment because I don't really get a lot of quiet moments anymore. I feel like.
Well, normally when I'm taking my showers, usually like after I'm waking up. So, I would say the first 5-6 minutes of it is me waking up, like my eyes are closed and just getting wet, basically.
Yeah. You ever take a bath and then just like fall asleep in the water?
I've never fallen asleep in a bath, but I've taken baths every so often. Yeah. I just feel like, because it's like, even after you take a bath, then you have to still rinse off.
Is it okay for men to take baths? Is it masculine, or is it like, you know what I mean? Like if we want to think about like machismo guys, like you think of like a big bulky guy who's like, fuck women, I'm gonna take a bath. Is that okay?
I could care less.
Yeah, no, obviously I could. I'm just saying, if you were thinking about it from their perspective,
I mean, if he's using like lavender or Epsom salt or something like that, I mean, and he has like candles like around the bathtub.
He wants a sensual moment all to himself.
Yeah, and he's playing like Sade on like the.
He's reading what's like a poetry or
something.
Yeah, that seems very nice actually to have that.
I once did that for an ex of mine. Like she was on her period, and I wanted to give her a nice like environment. Sure. Around the bathtub, I put like little candles around. Yeah. Had a nice bubble bath made.
Those like tea light candles, those little guys.
Yeah. And like a nice like tall shoot of champagne, and then she can just have a peaceful moment.
Andrew from Psychic Wave says he's got a stool in the shower and he sits 90% of the time. That sounds very nice. That sounds very convenient.
Are those like the stools you get from like the geriatric section at like a CVS?
Like it has like a hole so you can poop through it or pee through it.
Still like that, yeah.
You're taking a shower.
You need the handle on the side. So
you know what? I was talking. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, go ahead.
But you know what I was thinking is, why don't they have toilets in the shower? You know what I mean? Like the back portion, like the front walls where the shower is, and then there's like the porcelain or whatever. And then when you get towards the back, it's just like the poop station. Why don't they have that?
Because then how are you going to have a bath to like fill that space?
What do you mean?
Well, it's like, you have to plug the drain, right? But if you have this area, then... I mean, I've seen...
I'm saying it's towards... So there's a drain in the front, and then a porcelain throne in the back with like a wall that sits up, so like you're sitting in the back of the shower.
Well, I mean, because that would defeat the purpose of like having a toilet where you have to actually put your pants down,
Yeah,
and you don't want to do that in a bathtub because it can be wet.
that's true. That is true. But I guess if you just went the extra mile and took the pants off, you wouldn't have that issue,
Yeah, I mean, if I hadn't have to wear pants at all, I mean, it could solve a lot of problems.
Yeah. So, agreed. We should make the shower where we can have our pants off and take a shit.
I mean, I do see like in some like more impoverished countries, like they actually have like a toilet like there, and then where the tank station is actually like where you can rinse your hand, so it just refills the bowl as well, and so you can flush that way.
I've seen
Just
that.
saves like
I've seen that in like tiny homes.
Yeah.
But I've also seen it in prisons.
Sure.
So, which is funny because I feel like tiny homes are like tiny
Mini
prisons.
prisons, yeah.
Yeah, which is weird because we're
Actually, in low security prisons, they actually have like farms where like they're out way out in like middle of nowhere. They have to do like small little duties because it's taxpayer money anyways.
Sorry,
so
did you mean duties like
DUTIES?
Yes, I couldn't tell because we're on the subject. But
Yeah.
When you look at the Swedish or like the little mini houses, the people that are traveling the country and like their air what are they called, airstreams or whatever, and they convert them to like where the bed comes out and all that stuff. I'm like, that seems cool, but at the same time, that seems like the most inconvenient thing ever, to have to like pull out your bed so that you can take a shit. You know what I mean? And then like your toilet's right behind. Like everything's like right
Sure.
there.
I mean, it depends on like if it's trying to live like mobily and compact.
Yeah.
But if it's like a lifestyle, I'm too spoiled to.
But people, yeah, that's what I'm saying. People, they seek that lifestyle of like the minimalist, but it's like it's too much. I feel like.
Yeah, but only rich people want to do shit like that. Like.
Yeah.
I've been to Korea,
Yeah.
where I'll be at the beach, and basically they have an outhouse there, and you have a hole where you shit in. And I remember the first, like, as an American kid, around like say like 8 years old, I remember being in Korea and then going into this fucking outhouse, which reeks because there's no like actual plumbing or anything.
Yeah.
And I had to go so bad, and I pulled my pants down, and I didn't angle properly and went right all into the pants. And I was so embarrassed that I had to take off my pants and stuff like that, and then I had to walk on the beach pantless, no underwear too, and I'm 8 years old, just so I can basically I had to go to like a section where it's the water to like rinse out the pants.
You were butt naked?
I had a shirt on,
covering your schmeckle.
yeah, as much as I could.
Jeez. One time, that reminds me of the 95 earthquake. Remember the big one?
Yeah.
I was very young.
That was Northridge, right?
Yeah, it was a Northridge earthquake, and I was like really, really young, and I used to sleep in just like a big shirt with my underwear. And when it hit, we ran out of the house or whatever.
Sure.
We went to go check on my grandma, and she was fine, thank goodness. But I was walking around town in just this big shirt and my underwear, no shoes or anything. And I still remember how embarrassing that was, seeing everyone from fucking a small town.
Right.
And there was like just like this little fucking brown kid with no pants on. It was made me feel more Mexican than I think I wished I could have.
If you were wearing a sombrero, that would have just put the cherry on top.
Well, my dad was a gardener growing up, and so I would go with him on the jobs on like the weekends because we didn't have a babysitter or whatever. So I would go with him, and we'd be working for white people, and then there'd be like the Mexican gardener guy with his kids working and like mowing and stuff. And I was like, how fucking stereotypical that is of our family. I thought it was kind of embarrassing.
To be honest though, it's like at my age, and me being like kind of a Southern California native, I respect that so much more now than ever. Like, it's like whenever, say, I go on an off ramp of a freeway or something, that you have a homeless dude who's usually like a ex-army vet or someone who just who has like mental health issues or a drug problem, and it's usually a white or black guy, but who I always see on the corner is like someone selling roses or oranges or anything like that. They still fucking hustle.
They still hustle.
Yeah, and it's like I have so much respect for that because I'm pretty sure politically right now they're getting really shit on, and
Yeah.
like that does piss me off.
Yeah.
But they're still making the most out of what they have.
Yeah.
So I respect that so much more for that hustle.
You know, I just last for Valentine's just passed and a few weeks ago, and my work, this Mexican woman rented out one of our warehouses so that she and her crew could make the rose bouquets.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea what the fuck was going on because no one told me because I'm like lower on the ladder or whatever. So I go into my warehouse to get some fabric, and there's just like this room full of Mexican women. They're just staring at me like, "Who are you?" and shit. And I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm just here to get some stuff. Let me get around you." And there was like literally buckets and buckets and buckets of flowers just from here to the end of the fucking hallway,
Yeah.
And it was super cool to see these women like working super hard to get that done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was like three or 4 days of them putting together flowers for the event.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. I didn't get any free flowers though, which is a bummer.
Well,
That would have been nice.
this was pre-Valentine's or something, or what?
This was This is the few days before Valentine's. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they got to hustle and make all that money to
Yeah.
to do it right. So
Yeah, but that's okay. So the other part of that is that they don't actually have a space of their own. Like they're just renting out
sure.
because it's seasonal, right? So
Yeah.
like, what about other parts of the year? Is that the only thing she does? She only does flowers, or does she do like
Probably a bunch of other things.
like when you see those ladies when you go to like 4th of July and they
Mhm.
just have like that grill and they're making the fucking barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
And they're making what are they called? Bacon wrapped hot dogs and
Uh-huh.
stuff like that. Like that's cool that they're hustling.
Well, I'm glad that California just passed a law allowing street vendors to not get like booted out. Because I mean, like I remember just like you if you're out like in Echo Park,
When did that? Recently or?
pretty recently, like
Okay.
end or mid 2018, and I'm like, fuck yeah, bring all the elote. And one thing that I did notice too is
That sounds sexual, by the way.
bring
the elote, baby.
yeah, bring that ear. Like I remember maybe about a decade ago driving up to like in LA to Pink's Hot Dog, and that was a place where there was a fucking long line every time, and you can get like all these like crazy concoctions of hot dogs.
Yeah.
But at some point, like I guess LA adopted the bacon wrap hot dog as like their hot dog.
It's like their hot dog. What is it like when you have like a national bird?
Yeah.
It's like their city.
So, yeah, the
hot
city
dog.
style, yeah. Because I mean, you have like in Chicago, you have like Nathan's, which is actually like deep fried or something like that, and you have all
They
these
deep fry
like
their hot dogs.
yeah, it's actually pretty interesting too.
Which part of the hot dog? The bun or the?
No, the sausage.
They sell Nathan's in the store too.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are just normal Franks though.
Yeah.
they're
But in Chicago, there's like a certain style and a certain place
Oh.
where they have it like deep fried, and it's like a total game changer and stuff like that. But since that whole what do you call it, the chain, like the bacon wrap hot dog kind of came in, I don't see a long line at Pink's anymore,
Yeah.
and I'm totally for it. Like
How long was that where Pink's had that line out the door? Was it like a few years and they were just like dominating? Or
it was
cause,
for
because it could be a fad,
years.
It could
Yeah,
just be like not that big of a deal only for that one. Because I remember when Mother's Market first opened here in Long Beach.
Sure, yeah.
It was like everyone was there, like the first few weeks, and then after a while, people started to realize, like, oh, it's just another grocery store. I don't really necessarily have to go on my way to fucking come here.
Well,
Whatever.
it was basically a tourist spot, because like celebrities would go there, and usually because it's nearby the Hollywood Hills, so people can just be like, hey, I got a craving, I want to eat some kind of like junk food or something.
Yeah.
And it's open 24 hours, so like they would go there,
That's
and then
convenient, yeah.
and then you have people from like out of town or even like locals who are like, oh, well, like that celebrity's gonna be there, so
Yeah.
like they want to.
Do you remember Cronuts? Remember when that was a big deal?
Cronuts?
Cronuts. I think they were. It was like some sort of mix of donut and I think there's ice cream in the middle or something like that.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was like
yeah.
ice cream donuts or something like that. I can't remember. Someone correct me on the chat, please.
Mhm.
But I remember that was a big fad for a while.
Well,
And
I mean, I'm
then-
pretty sure the whole health craze thing. I mean, because there's like remember when like smoothies became a thing? And like smoothies came right after like Krispy Kreme donuts,
Uh-huh.
and then the whole like obesity epidemic started like as like as like more awareness of it, right?
That's why we got to thank Michelle Obama. Actually, that's why Pink's actually should probably not vote for Michelle Obama because she was the one who was like health initiative, right? She was the one who was like trying to get kids out to exercise and all that.
Yeah, kids exercise and eat more nutritional foods and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
even for me too, it's like I was very overweight as a kid,
Uh-huh.
and I basically like roller coastered my whole weight.
Yeah, but you also told me that you ate Del Taco to get skinny, right?
Yeah.
Because you had like a specific order, or like you kept it light or whatever. You didn't drink a lot of beer, and that's why.
Yeah, there was a few factors that combined to make that happen.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I did eat. Like, I did cook for myself as well. I didn't just only eat Del Taco.
Okay, I was gonna say, dude, if I could go on the Del Taco diet, which I am on the Del Taco, like I eat Del Taco all the fucking time.
Yeah, but I
trying
wasn't
to-
getting carne asada fries.
Huh?
And I love carne asada fries, but
Yeah.
I wasn't getting that as my meal.
I feel like right now my new thing is I'm trying to cook more.
Yeah.
Like because I'm kind of broke.
Well, now that I'm in my mid-30s,
Yeah.
I mean, I love to cook, but
Yeah.
I cook a lot more at home. I don't eat as much out. One thing is to save money. The other thing is like, yeah, it helps me keep my weight down because like
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm putting into it. I don't waste food either. So
Yeah.
like even all my perishables, I have a plan to cook everything.
Right.
And never. I think the only things that I ever waste are like if I buy like 3 for 1 on cucumbers or something.
Sure.
And I don't make I use 2 of them and the other one kind of just like
Sits-
rots away. Yeah.
Cucumbers, you can just eat them on their own. Put a little tahini on a cucumber. That's
Yeah,
good to
yeah,
go,
yeah.
baby,
But
you know what I'm saying?
but while I'm doing that, it's like I'm cooking like other dishes, so I kind of just never get to it like within like a certain amount of time, and then once it kind of has like the little squishy feel to it, it's like
Yeah,
it's done.
It's done. You need to have that snap on the cucumber.
Well, another way that I've kind of got
Speaking-
around that is
yeah.
basically like I'll cut up a cucumber and then put it in a pickle jar that's already has like the pickle juice in it, and then I can at least go 1 round of using that pickle juice.
Using the pickle juice.
Yeah.
You heard the Hannibal Buress joke
No.
where he goes, I used to make sandwiches. And I would take his roommate would make sandwich. Maybe it was him. I can't remember. But he would take his fingers and put his fingers in the juice, and then spread the juice onto the bread to get that extra pickle flavor on his sandwiches because he ran out of pickles.
Yeah.
But you still got the juice. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I feel like you could just, if anything, you could just dip the bread into the pickle juice, and that would be pretty good.
Yeah, but I'm not just sometimes I just eat pickles straight out of the jar.
Oh yeah, pickles out of the jar is the way
And
to go.
also,
It's
I use a fork. I don't use my fingers.
Well, not all of us are as fancy as you are, Johnny.
Well, actually, what I do is I try to not use a lot. If I ever get like plastic products, like plastic fork or spoon or something like that, I have a dishwasher, so I'm very fortunate of that.
Yeah.
And I'll actually rewash it until it's like completely like dissipated.
One time I was eating a plastic fork from Del Taco, and that shit just snapped in my mouth as
It
I
happens.
was eating it.
It happens.
It's only happened to me once, and it freaked the shit out of me because I thought like maybe I cracked a tooth or something. Because it felt like I don't know if you ever cracked a tooth before, but it felt kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was not fun. But let's close it up, Johnny.
Sure.
My back's hurting from looking and referencing the screen. I
Yeah.
need to get someone to help me out with this. If anybody wants to come by the studio and help me out with podcasts, I have a whole schedule of them coming up, so that'd be super cool if you could help me out. Johnny, tell the people where we're playing soon.
Well, I just did March 12th at Continental Room, which is Tuesday night, and then the following one after that is April 3rd at Alex's Bar, and we're doing a release show, a vinyl split with Fellow Robot, and it should be a very fun show.
Cool, guys. Peace be upon you.